ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste. One can complain that roses have thorns, or appreciate that thorns have roses. You are talking about the roses and also the thorn. So one can complain that roses have thorns, or appreciate or celebrate or rejoice that thorns have roses. It is a question of the attitude. So we are going to discuss about the seventh principle. What is that? Don't criticize, condemn, and complain. See, all of us, either you are doing or receiving. So either you are criticizing, condemning, and complaining, or you are receiving. Either you are giving end or the receiving end. Okay, so we have to understand that criticizers cannot contribute, and the contributors will not criticize because they know that the value of contribution. They will always appreciate. Okay, now when you talk about this, criticize, condemn, and complain, everybody knows it is a negative energy. Everybody knows. But why are you doing it? See, when you are talking about the criticizing, condemning, and complaining, okay, it can be either action or the person or the ambience or environment. So all these three words make a very subtle difference. So what you have to understand is, it is very negative way of doing things. Having understood, that means you must try to be conscious and transcend to this particular daily habit. Okay, that is one. See, now one has to understand that all the action, whatever that we are doing, okay, there is a kind of a reaction or a response. So I would like to call it as a emotional bank account. You just imagine we are not a bank account. That's the emotional bank account. So either you can deposit or withdraw. Okay, now when you are going to deposit something like kindness, comfort level, courtesy, keeping the promise, helping somebody, okay, all small little things you are depositing. Okay, that is the plus point. That is a credit. This is the emotional bank account. Now all the other things, like negative things, like a very rude, very blunt, breaking the promises, okay, and the small little negative things, that means you are only withdrawal. Suppose if you have got more deposits than the withdrawal, that means you will be happy. In other words, consciously you must keep on developing the habit of depositing. Okay, and try to minimize the withdrawal. So this is what you call a emotional bank account. See now, what is happening now when you are interacting with the other people? Okay, I would like to make a kind of a comparison. Just imagine three materials. One is, the carrot, egg, and coffee bean. They are all the material. Okay. Now, as far as the criticism and condemnation and complaining, they are all negative. It is something like a boiling water. Okay. It just burns. So, whoever does it. See, that means what happens when you are interacting with the people outside. So, there are different material. Now, just for you to understand the change of this material, when you go with this kind of the negative energy, there is a boiling water, what happens? That means, for example, if you take carrots, see it is medium, it is not soft, it is not hard. Okay. Then if you look at the egg, it is very fragile, it is very soft. If you look at the coffee bean, it is very hard. Okay, this is the original position of all the three materials. Now, as far as the boiling water, it is something like the criticisms, condemnation, and the complaining. See, there are some people, okay, they come out stronger with the criticism, but some people buckle. Just give the same example. Just imagine that the criticism is a boiling water. It hurts. It burns. What happens in the carrot? That means it becomes very, 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 very soft. You cannot use it. So, although it is medium, not very hard, it has become very soft. Some people like that, they can completely succumb. They cannot take the criticism. Okay. But people like egg, if you put it in the boiling water, so although it is soft and fragile, it becomes very hard. Some people are becoming stronger. But some people, like a coffee bean, when you put it in the boiling water, what happens? It does not change its material. It remains strong, hard, but it also gives the aura for the water, who is the superior material. So when you are interacting with the people also, please understand that, okay, I am dealing with the people, okay, now I have to be conscious about the way in which I am interacting with the people. Some people can buckle, some people become stronger. Okay. See now, one more thing what we have to understand, that when you are talking to people, that means what is the purpose of the human relation principle? I just want to reinforce once again. That means I want to be happy and also want to make the other man also to be happy, and also make sure there's a win-win. I win and he also wins. See, that is the purpose of the entire human relation principle. Okay, now listen to this particular one. Don't be afraid of criticism. But what happens? You know all these three material. Now you must try to become a coffee bean. You should not be a carrot. Suppose you are a carrot or a egg. You be conscious and trying to become a coffee bean. You must always be like a coffee bean. Okay, you give a criticism. Yes, I take it. I become stronger. I will also give a aura on which particular interaction. Okay. Now that means don't be afraid of a criticism. See, you don't criticize, but you cannot avoid the criticism. That means tallest tree always confronts with the strongest wind. Okay, so that means if you want to be very strong, you must be like a coffee bean that you cannot change your strength. You become stronger and also add the aura in the entire situation. Okay, now the whole message of this particular one, you should never criticize, condemn and complain. Okay, now for example, no matter what you do, there will be always be a critics. You have to accept. And then you must keep on telling yourself, yes, I am getting criticism, I am getting condemnation, I am getting a lot of complaining. But I am a strong material like a coffee bean. Okay, that you have to accept. Now, see some people, what happens, it is become a kind of a jealous. That is why they are keep on criticizing. Okay, or because of the concern about you, or it has become a habit. Okay, some people, for example, complaining is like a vomiting. Complaining is like a vomiting. So you might feel better after getting out, after vomiting. But you make everybody around you sick, entire ambience. If you are conscious about this particular one, you will never make this kind of a mistake. It is not possible for you to change by overnight, but you must be conscious. And then over a period of time, try to make sure it is a negative quality. It is not good for me. For example, I feel like vomiting. Okay, but maybe it is comfortable for me for a short time, but I am making the entire ambience very dirty. Okay, I just want to share one of my experience with one of my friend. Whenever we meet this particular guy, he will use a dirty word like shit, shit, shit. If I am talking to him for about 2 to 3 minutes, so at least he'll be using 10 to 15 times about this particular dirty word, isn't it? Now, people never used to approach to him. So he gives a lot of negative energy. He is always a killer loner. Okay, in my case, what happens? He used to like me. So I always used to have a kind of a conversation with him. Initially, I was finding it difficult. Then I used to tell him, why don't you avoid this particular one? Why don't you avoid this particular one? It's very dirty. Okay, and all the people we used to avoid him. Why? Because he keep on complaining about everything. The person, the ambience, and also the action. Okay. Then over a period of time, I was also trying to distance out. Okay. Over a period of time, maybe I will also start using the same word. So what happens? Instead of, just interacting with him, so I don't believe in making enemies. So I always like to befriend everybody. Then I used to say, hi, how are you? I hope you are all right. Now, hey Chandran, come here. I am not all right. Okay. Then he will start complaining so many things. Okay, keep on used to complaining. Then one day, when I talked to him, then he was not using that word. Okay, I was quite surprised. So normally if I talk to him for about 2 to 3 minutes, so he used to use this dirty word. Shit, like that. Then he did not use it. Then I casually asked him, hey, what happened? There is a lot of improvement in you. So you are not used that word. He said, Chandran, you don't know the problem. I was suffering from constipation for the last 1 week. Okay, then I used to go to the toilet. I keep on praying for the sick. I am always used to pray for the shit. Now I know the value. Now I am only trying to make it in a different way. That means you try to make sure that whatever that other people are not able to really assimilate, including the word, including the thought, okay, you should not use it. So the whole idea is, okay, now you must make sure that I will not criticize and condemn. At the meantime, say I am available for criticism and I will become stronger by this kind of a particular one. Now, happiness comes when you stop complaining about the troubles we have. Happiness comes when you stop complaining about the troubles you have and offer gratitude or thanks for the other troubles we don't have it. So how can you be happy? You can either count your blessings or your troubles. Okay, now I want you to graduate. Okay, if you are a carrot or a egg, I want you to graduate to the coffee bean. What is that? See, some people may be a master of complaining. The moment you meet them, they will keep on complaining about the Prime Minister and Chief Minister and everybody. So there is a master of complaining. Okay, suppose you are a master of complaining. Then, over a period of time, you become a bachelor of complaining. From MCom, you become a BCom. Okay, now you have to graduate from BCom to NCom. No complaint, no complaining, no complaining. That means, okay, I will accept. I will not criticize and condemn and complain. But when the other people do it, then I will become stronger. That means you have to graduate from MCom to BCom and BCom to NCom. That is no complaining. So take care. All the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Sant Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.